Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your Miracle Mindset prescription for this week. So, this week, numerologically speaking, we are in the universal energy of the number 9. And with this 9, it's really asking us to come into a review of just where we've kind of been. And sometimes in that review, that means we are practicing, forgiveness. And so what I've done is I went ahead and I pulled from the answer is simple. I pulled from the Oracle of the Angels. I pulled from the Loving Messages from Jesus deck to kind of give us a generalized reading for this week. So, our first card that came out from the answer is simple is give more. So, this is really about taking an inner inventory of your life and saying, okay, where am I not giving enough to what I love? Where am I kind of just, stepping to the side and saying, man, I'll do it later. I'll do this later. Or even in your current life, where are you, current circumstances in your life? Where are you putting things off that don't need to be put off? Where do you really need to be giving 110%? And where are you not giving that 110%? And really looking at that. And then, of course, if you're not giving that 110%, it's all right. You can give it now. That's the beauty. We always have the choice to choose again, to choose how we're going to be in any situation, which then is going to lead us to the Rebel card. Now, as you're looking at your life or as you're looking at current circumstances and you're like, you know what? I really need to give more. You may have that inner critic, or you may have voices of the past coming up and saying, no, you can't do that. Or your own inner critic being like, no, that's stupid. You don't need to meditate twice a day, or you don't need to, read A Course in Miracles for an hour. You don't need to do any of that. You need to be, working on your business. You need to be doing this. You need to be doing that. You have kids. You have that. And what we need to really do is we need to look at those voices and we need to say, okay, are they true? And do I want to keep them? Do we want to rebel against that? There are oftentimes those voices in our minds are roadblocks to keeping us from our success and from really achieving that which we desire. Because it's just old programming. It's old things that we've heard. It's old things we've been told. It's really nothing new. It's just a tape that continuously plays. And you have the choice to take that tape out of the tape player, rip it up, burn it, and put in a new tape. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to be instantaneous because it's programmed. So it does take some time to deprogram it, which is where my 2-day intensive forgiveness program can really help you to forgive those voices, to forgive yourself, to practice atonement so that you can really come in to creating the future that you desire, because our thoughts create our reality. So if your thoughts create your reality and you're constantly thinking of the past, then all you're doing is recreating the past and recreating the past and recreating the past again and again and again, just in different ways, with maybe different players, different people. But it always seems to be ending up the same way because there has to be some forgiveness that has to be done so you can begin to create something new. All right, and so I've put the link to that description down below, and it's only for this week and next week. Am I offering it, this 2-day intensive, 2 to 3 hours with me both days for $60. That's what I've been guided to do. Now, our next card is the number 30 card. This is the energy card, and this is basically saying that love has no boundaries. Energy has no boundaries. As long as we stand in that energy of love, then we are going to be taken care of. And the energy of love exists in the present. It does not exist in the past. It does not exist in the future. It exists right now. And we can carry that energy of love onto the next moment which may be the future for us. And we can always carry that on and carry that on and carry that on. And it also goes back to the give more card, which is saying, okay, just because something was in the past, let's say, you wanted to write a book, but you didn't rebel. And so now you're like, okay, I really want to write this book. Great. Use the energy of love to propel you. Okay. And then our last card comes from the Loving Messages from Jesus deck, and it is the Judge Not card. And it says, judge not that you that you be not judged. So this is not about judging yourself. This isn't gonna be like, oh my God, I should have done this months ago, or oh my God, I should have done this days ago, or oh my God, I should have done this years ago, or oh my God, I should have done it millennia ago. This is really about use, there's no right use of judgment. The ego mind has no right use of judgment. It only uses it to keep us trapped in time and space. The Holy Spirit, spirit guides, angels, divine love, whatever you want to call it, knows the right use of judgment. And so we are merely gatekeepers of our minds. So the only right use of judgment is to say, okay, do I want to keep this thought or not? That's it. Nothing else. Do I want to keep this thought or not? So let's say, you want to write a book, but you're like, oh, you know what? I was always told, and this was literally my my story, which is, I was always told I'm a terrible writer. Not that my words aren't wonderful, but because I can't spell very well, because I don't put punctuation, because I write exactly like I think, just a stream of consciousness. That's it. I don't put commas or periods or exclamation points or question marks or, semicolons. I merely write like I talk. And I was always told, oh, you're not a good writer. You're not a good writer. You're not a good writer. But then Spirit telling me, I want you to write a book. And I was like, Spirit, no, I can't, because I've been told so many times, I can't. And so I told Spirit, I said, you know what? If you want me to write this book, give me the first chapter. And never tempt Spirit, because it will always give you exactly what you asked for. So I went for a walk, and I got the whole first 10 pages of my book on this walk. And I just had to talk it into my phone because I didn't want to lose it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And so I went for, I think it was like a 2.5 hour walk. And I was just talking into my phone and, just saying what was coming into my mind. And I couldn't judge it anymore. I said, okay, I'm getting the guidance. It's here. And speaking of guidance, I also have my 8 weeks of guidance course coming out in July. So if you order it anytime this month, you actually get $100 off plus a free call with me and some other good exclusives. And I'll put that in the description below as well. But that's where, this judge not comes in. Don't judge yourself. You are a poor judge. So allow Spirit to judge you, and Spirit will always judge you in one way: love. That's it. That's how Spirit judges you. It doesn't see you as a terrible person. It sees you as you truly are. So this week we have, this ability to go inside of ourselves, to rebel against those old voices, to use the energy of love to propel us forward, and to not judge ourselves, to only say, do I want to keep this thought or not? Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you all next week. Bye.